Go ahead and get started here. This is the Community and Economic Development Committee, June 8-17. I'm John Weddleton.
Dick Training.
Pete Peterson.
Colin Koenig.
Ryan Yelpane.
Andy Honest, Clerk's Office.
Okay, so we just have one today. It is Diversity Tree of Alaska. Ryan, or no, Mandy, go ahead.
So with reviewing the operating plan of Mercy Tree, all of the licensing restrictions have indicated compliance in their operating plan. There were no taxes, fees, or fines found due. Currently, there's no other licenses. It's just the cultivation, and there were no added recommended conditions.
Thank you. Ryan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mercy Tree of Alaska is applying for a special land use permit for a marijuana cultivation establishment with a total of approximately 5,704 square feet of truly licensed space. The establishment will be located within an existing industrial use building. The proposed facility is within the Ship Creek I-2 district. Petitioner has secured multiple non-conforming rights to the lack of landscaping, paving, pedestrian amenities, and a 5.7-foot encroachment into the required front yard setback. Adequate parking is shown on the provided site plan. This use is consistent with the Government Hill Neighborhood Plan and the Anchorage 2020 Comprehensive Plan. And plans submitted to the Planning Department do not show any major alterations to the building facade or structure that would make it of dissimilar character, scale, or size when compared to surrounding structures. And the Planning Department recommends approval of special land use permit, subject to the conditions as stated in the staff report. And you have two advisory comments just to get on record. In the submitted summary of community council meeting, the applicant states that 6 meeting notices were mailed out to surrounding properties. It has been verified by the petitioner's representative, Land Christian Wells, that this is a typo, and a total of 56 meeting notices were mailed out in accordance with municipal code requirements. And then also, I had advised the applicant to correct the square footage listed in the application to encompass the whole building. And as such, the applicant was just advised to resolve the BANCO with the correct square footage on the building. So,
Any questions on that?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I noticed in here that you're going to have to upgrade the electrical from ML&P, and have you gotten some sort of an estimate from them as to what it might cost to do that?
The cost is included. They determined that we'll make up for it in service, so they're anticipating getting their money back from our high electrical bills.
Okay, well, I just wanted to mention that to you because we found other places that are having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to upgrade there, so.
Yeah, they put the transformers in, and now we're just waiting on our electricians to connect our main distribution panel for SCT CAN, so.
All right, great. Thank you.
With the 56 mailouts, were there any responses from anybody?
I don't believe so.
Rather than me looking, I figured I'd just ask you.
I didn't see anyone that read this last night.
No, we have not received any mailings between when the staff packet was finalized and today.
And there's Alaska Pet Boarding and Daycare next to them?
No,
Okay.
that must be separate.
Okay. We're just looking at what's on here. It's on page 22 of 267. It's no problem. I just want to make sure people understand that's a pet. It's a daycare. It's pets, not kids. And the problem you've had before?
For the recording, Assemblywoman Demboski is joining us. Good morning. We just started, but we have our reports on this. So I didn't quite understand the square footage issue. I saw there was a difference here. So the building is 5,704 square feet, but you're only going to use part of it with that. What was the issue?
Well, we were advised by Mr. Yell. Our total square footage, we've got separate rooms built inside that we're actually going to be cultivating in for redundancy, for odor control and pest protection and stuff like that. So our initial estimation just included those 6 rooms for cultivation. Mr. Yell advised us that if we planned on expanding in the future, anything over 20%, that we would have to go back before the assembly.
Whole process again.
But if we included the full square footage of the building, we could handle it administratively, so.
Okay, so the 1,734 square feet is just those
6 rooms,
right
yeah.
now. You have plans to expand? That seems small.
No, we don't have plans to expand right now. We do plan on expanding, but we'd probably be within the 20% threshold, but just in case we went over, we just wanted to have our bases
That
covered.
makes sense. And it's vacant building now, is that what it is? No, the-
Well, we're in the building then.
It's funny, I'm looking at the, what pages? It said it was a vacant lot, or vacant. Talk about the properties and the size of the property, it's vacant.
Yeah, I saw
It
that.
really needs no building on it. And that's not a thing with your application, it was one of the,
Mr. Chair, that's in my staff report there, there's site information on page 313.
there we go.
I mean, it was just vacant, we've got these, the application has been submitted, but technically the use has been established on the site, except
So you mean
How
vacant,
technically-
and there's a building, but no one's in it?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Anything else on that?
As long as we have time, Mr. Chairman. So you're calling this Mercy Tree, are you planning to specialize in some forms of medical, marijuana for medical use, or?
We're purely recreational, so how people intend or perceive to use our product is up to them, so.
Just wondering.
It's a cute name.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues with that sign.
Recommendation?
Move approval.
Second.
Any opposition? So, but that means as a committee, we'll recommend on Tuesday that this committee looked at it, thought it was fine, and then it goes to vote, so we don't really decide it. We decide it.
Sure.
But there's a good chance there's 4 votes for you right here, and you only need 6, so.
Do you have
Unless we
any
change our
comments or anything, sir?
I appreciate the forward progress and your guys' open-mindedness and your time. I mean, a year ago, we didn't know how this was going to be perceived, and just to see the progress that the industry's made and the opinion has moved forward, it's really encouraging. So I thank you guys for your open-mindedness.
When do you expect to be open the property?
We're hoping mid-July, but really that just depends on our contractors.
Just, would you show up at the Sunday meeting on Tuesday? Because there are 11, in case we have questions from somebody, like a representative from downtown, that area. It'd be good if you were there.
Oh, sure, yeah, I will be there.
Did you schedule it, or you put these at the front?
No, I'm not putting them anywhere. I'm just letting them, because there's only one on there. There's about the middle of it. We move through pretty fast. We can change it today, bring it up early. But we're not putting it at the end of the list anymore, because we're not Patrick with us.
Patrick's not there, man.
Nope.
Well, it's definitely taking me a while to go through this process, probably from beginning to end with the state regulations and with us. And can I ask you just your opinion of what you thought about the process?
Well, it's cumbersome. It's a little confusing at times, but, it wasn't anything that we couldn't manage. We've learned a lot, and I think that, me and my partners, we've grown a lot through this process as well. I don't really know what could be done to make it differently or a smoother process, but, it seems to be working, and, we're all just learning as we go, so we'll just, see what the future holds.
When did you start the process?
Well, we initiated in September, initiated our license. We've been at this location since June of 2016, so. But we've been contemplating this since April of 2014.
Well, if you find anything along the way that we can do better, let us know.
Sure.
Anything else? Call in meeting?
Meeting's over.